I think I'm gonna be fishing spoons more now.
Hey friends, this is Sam, Come On Reds Fishing, and today we're going to be talking a little bit more about the type of fishing you've been seeing in our last few videos, and that's drift fishing the flats with the Gold Spoon.
Fish on. Come on, guys. Follow rods. Hell yeah! Come on, Reds! I got it right here. Right here. 25-inch red. Oh yeah.
The first thing I want to mention in this video is that this is not an opinion piece. No, I'm going to be citing sources going back to the 1970s, publications all across the Texas, Louisiana, and Florida Gulf Coast, from captains and outdoors writers alike, in consensus that the spoon is one of the best inshore lures of all time. We're going to be talking about conditions. The conditions we use the spoon is shallow water drifting and heavy wind, and we're going to elaborate why this lure is the preferred lure for these conditions for redfish. The presentation used for the spoon is typically a fast presentation since we're fishing in shallow water, and these are half-ounce spoons that we're using today. The effect of this lure is to produce a shine and vibration that can be seen by these fish from over 100-200 yards away, and this will tease the redfish, an aggressive redfish, into striking. The most common color we've seen and the most effective we've used is the gold, but there's also silver, hammer, non-hammered, bronze, painted, and non-weedless variations of the spoon, and they're all for different applications, but we're talking today about flats fishing in the shallow water, and that means a shallow clear, so we're going to be talking about the half-ounce gold weedless. Now the spoon is a lure that's been used for inshore fishing for over 100 years. The Johnson Silver Minnow is dated back to 1918, and a simple Google search will bring up hundreds of videos, articles throughout the years documenting the spoon's effectiveness in inshore fishing for redfish. I'm going to reference an article right now from landbigfish.com written by Jim Hammonds, and we're going to talk about the presentation of the spoon. In his article, he has a segment called Working the Spoon, and I'm going to direct quote right here. There will be a link right now on screen as well as in the description of this video where you can see the entire article for yourself. And the quote goes, "Working the spoon, I like to, as soon as the spoon hit the water, start retrieving it. This prevents it from sinking to the bottom. Remember the bait that these fish are not on the bottom, so they're not looking down. They're looking for something on the surface. Another reason you do not want the spoon to sink to the bottom is that it disturbs the grass and it will scare the fish when they're trying to catch."
Got him?
Here he is.
All right.
Now for the strike. These fish are in fairly shallow water, 2 feet, and they're chasing other fish. This leads to a violent strike. When the fish hits a spoon, you had better be holding on tight to your rod because they will explode on it. Do not be afraid to set the hook, because as soon as the fish sucks down that spoon, he's going to know something is not right, and he's going to know that that's not what he thought he was eating.
That was awesome.
Another article I'm going to be referencing is from the famous Texas Saltwater Fishing Magazine from 2018, and this article is called No Country for Gold Spoons. And I'm going to go right to a section of this article, and again there will be a link in the description as well as on this screen right now where you're seeing. And this section says, "I'm not the only fan of spoons. Today, whether it's Texas or Florida, it's a simple matter to toss. First made Miss Amy a gold spoon and watch her go to work. She'll sling that piece of metal for 8 hours, work it, and catch all manner of fish. Better than me, truth be known. With 37 years experience, she has an unwavering faith that a fish will grab on in her next cast, which counts for a lot because confidence in a lure is half the battle, or so they say." And that brings me to my next point, and that's confidence in a lure. The spoon is no joke, an intimidating lure. Look at it. There is no moving parts of this thing. There's no tail, there's no swimming action. It's literally a piece of metal throwing into the water, and it relies on your retrieve. But the thing is that there isn't much of a retrieve. All you gotta do is burn this thing, and this little thing has so much wobble in it and so much shine that a redfish will go nuts after it. Now I know a lot of anglers across the state are getting into saltwater fishing with lures, and they tend to use their favorite brand of soft plastics because the soft plastic simply works for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're comfortable with soft plastics, there's a time and place for it. It's familiarity to the lure that builds confidence. And there's situations where a soft plastic lure will definitely outperform a spoon. A spoon is not a fail-proof lure. No lure is. And that's the point that we have to make right now. There is no such thing as a magic lure, no matter what the lure viewers try to tell you. Use the spoon or you're not cool! And there's no lure like that. The effectiveness of a spoon is for drifting in high wind situations in shallow, clear water for redfish. Now there are situations where you might be using a soft plastic in shallow water when there's low winds and a more subtle presentation is used. High winds cause turbulent water and baitfish go into a panic and they come out of the grass. And a redfish is an apex predator in the flats with its eyes located in the front of its face. They will see a spoon mimic a baitfish exactly from over 100 yards away and hit with ferocity.
Saw that hook up, but I got him though.
And it's also an effective lure because you cover a lot of ground. When you're drifting in high winds, you're moving extremely fast across the flats, even with a drift anchor. And you're gonna see through these clips that it may not be that you're having to cover a lot of ground before a strike, but because of the high wind, you're going to be moving across the area. Spoon is a perfect lure to entice an aggressive redfish from far distances to strike. Now I want to say again that I'm no expert on the spoon or no expert in fishing. I don't claim to be, but I'm letting you know what's been effective for us. Now I've never caught a redfish with a spoon until August when we went with Captain Frank, and that was with Last Cast Charters with Captain Frank Cavazos. We have a bunch of videos fishing with him, a bunch of clips. He is the man that will teach you how to fish with a spoon if you're not sure about fishing with it, and let me tell you, it's extremely effective. He knows the patterns better than anyone. He is a spoon fishing captain, and if you book a charter with him, he's going to tell you what day to go and what time to go that are most effective in the strike zone. And let me tell you, he is perfectly equipped for going out and catching these redfish in any conditions with the awesome boat he has, and you know he's got Balo rods. Well, I hope this video has been informative or at the least been entertaining. I tried to keep it as factual as possible, and all links to all of these citations are listed in the description below. I want to give a huge shout out and thanks again to Captain Frank Cavazos for helping us out. A huge shout out to Balo Rods, 7 Day Addiction Outfitters, and of course Hook, Line, and Sinker, and all of you. We have a ton of other videos on drift fishing the flats for redfish with a spoon. Check them out on our channel. We thank everyone for all the support. We ask you all please stay safe and stay strong in this time. Good luck in the water, and come on Reds!